When you think about earthquakes, California usually comes to mind. Sometimes, though, earthquakes happen in unexpected places, Alexandria.
That's right, AJ. And Wednesday morning in north central Illinois, a magnitude 3.6 earthquake occurred, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Its impacts could be felt all the way up to Milwaukee. So why are we seeing earthquakes here? Sarah Lighthizer explains.
This past year, a total of 8 different earthquakes have occurred in the state of Illinois. Wednesday morning's earthquake in Standard, Illinois was the largest recorded this year. Many people waking up to this big of an earthquake isn't relatively uncommon, as most people don't feel earthquakes until they hit a magnitude 2.1 or higher. I talked with engineering geologist Robert Bauer with the Illinois State Geological Survey about earthquakes.
There's one premise that I like to start out with. We are not California. I can give you a map of the faults, and we don't have earthquakes on the faults. The map faults are up in the layered sediments that we have, and most of those are very old features.
The earthquake this morning occurred on what we call a fold. A fold is different than a fault, as it is rock that has been compressed by force. Across the state, we mostly have folds. There are certain areas that see more earthquakes in the state.
The bulk of these events take place in the southern part of the state. We're kind of in the middle central part of the state, such as Adams County. It's kind of a relatively quiet area, and then there's a little bit more up in the northern part of the state.
In southern Illinois, the two areas that see earthquakes the most are the New Madrid Fault Zone and the Wabash Valley Seismic Zone. The New Madrid Fault Zone usually sees around 200 earthquakes a year, sometimes having earthquakes up to magnitude 7s. The fault zone also runs through southeastern Missouri. The Wabash Valley Seismic Zone has faults, but these earthquakes don't line up on the faults. There's not as big of a concentration of earthquakes in the area. If you do experience an earthquake, you should duck under something and hold on to it so it doesn't slide away. Don't go outside, as there could be things falling. If stuck outside, get away from buildings. Working for you, I'm Sarah Lighthizer.
Good tip, Sarah. Thank you. Now, according to the State Geological Survey, earthquakes occur in the state about once a year, but damaging quakes are much, much less frequent.